Here is a reflection on our Nike marketing plan by Robbie, Tanner, Sam, and Emma. First, let's talk about our broader perspective. Our plan has strong relevance for managers and organizations operating in highly competitive environments. Our plan demonstrates a shift from focusing on the product to focusing on the community with an emphasis on experience. And we want to target Gen Z consumers, specifically women. Our plan allowed Nike managers to recognize that Gen Z women evaluate brands not only based on the product quality, but identity alignment and inclusivity. Now onto theories and models. Our plan explains on consumer culture theory, revealing that Nike's decline among Gen Z women is not driven by product performance, but misalignment and culture that Gen Z women identify with. For the social identity theory, this told us that Gen Z women use brands to signal their personal values and membership. We really wanted to get through to Nike that they need to start selling personal values to be able to really connect with this Gen Z women base. Ainsworth's growth matrix indicated that Nike's growth with Gen Z women should prioritize market penetration and product development, rather than pursuing diversification. And for loyalty and repeat purchases, these offer the most efficient path to growth for the Nike Gen Z women consumer base.
Digital transformation, sustainability, and customers. This slide focuses on how digital transformation helps Nike move beyond just selling products and instead build long-term relationships with customers. Nike's apps plays a big role in this by encouraging community involvement through things like giveaways, which helps create loyalty and repeat purchases. Sustainability also matters a lot to Gen Z women, and it affects how much they trust and connect with the Nike as a brand. Overall, combining digital engagement, sustainability, and community makes the customer experience better and helps Nike feel more accessible and relatable. Strengths and limitations. Our main strengths come from the theory and strategy we use throughout the project. We use mixed methods research, combining surveys and focus groups to better understand why Gen Z women behave the way they do. Frameworks like SMART and ADMARS helped connect our strategy directly to measurable outcomes like engagement and repeat purchases. One limitation is that focusing on Gen Z women in Idaho may limit how well the results apply to more diverse markets. Another limitation is that the self-reported survey data can create some response bias. For the ADMARS framework, our target audience is Gen Z women. The decision we want them to make is choosing Nike not just for the athletic or fashion gear, but for the sense of community that comes with it. Our message focuses on Nike being more than just a sports brand. It's about belonging and empowerment. The action includes hosting women-led events like pop-ups, local runs, and digital challenges. The response we're aiming for is increased engagement and repeat purchases. Finally, the strategy blends digital platforms like the Nike app and social media with real-world community building.
Using the SMART framework, our specific goal is to increase customer loyalty among Gen Z women. The way we will measure this is by achieving a 15% increase in repeat purchases and a 20% increase in a loyalty program signups within this segment. We believe this is achievable by utilizing existing brand presence on social media platforms such as TikTok and Instagram, and developing campus community events tailored to Gen Z women that highlight their values and their preferences. This is relevant because it supports the company's broader strategy to retain younger female customers, ensuring long-term market growth and having a competitive position. The timeframe in which we would accomplish this for each target would be within the next 12 months. The way that we would want to position ourselves is that sustainability is an identity, not sustainability as marketing. So Gen Z women tend to view sustainability as a moral value, not just a feature of some brand, such as Lululemon or Adidas. Nike expanding their lead in sustainability will strengthen that trust and loyalty in Gen Z women who value it so highly. If Nike were to look at sustainability as a way to market their performance gear versus really embodying what it means, this could lead to potential backlash among Gen Z women. And this is why our plan stresses on sustainability as a core value, to really build a long-lasting trust with the Gen Z women customer base. By really emphasizing in our plan that sustainability must be embodied in Nike's brand identity, not just as a way to sell performance product. It makes it so that it is not just a short-term campaign, but has long-lasting reach.
Nike needs to strengthen loyalty among Generation Z women. Nike risks losing its cultural relevance over time if it doesn't connect with Gen Z women. This audience values authenticity, inclusivity, and shared experiences. By moving away from a strictly performance-driven image to one that focuses on community and lifestyle empowerment, Nike can stay in a leadership position. This shift will help build lasting loyalty with an important group that is shaping the future of the sports apparel market. So for future outlooks, if this strategy works well in Idaho, the next step would be expanding it to other Western states. Research should be examined on the cultural difference among Gen Z women, as Idaho doesn't represent all Gen Z women in the nation. It's also important to actually involve Gen Z women in future planning like ads, products, and community events. Since Gen Z values change as they get older, the brand needs to keep adapting. Overall, long-term success depends on learning from feedback and staying culturally relevant and emotionally connected. So for our final reflection, we think the strongest part of our marketing plan is how everything lines up, from identifying the problem to using research, theory, and then actually applying it. We found that loyalty among Gen Z women isn't really a product issue. It's more about community and identity. Because of that, we focus on community-driven marketing and digital engagement, which we think fits Nike very well. Using campus events, influencer partnerships in the Nike app helps connect with Gen Z women in ways that match their daily lives. Overall, shifting Nike from being just product-focused to more community-centered can help strengthen loyalty and increase sales, and make it more accessible.